They say in life you should grab as much joy as you can when you can. So when superstar Andy K from Toy Fu asked if I wanted a set of Wild King toys while he was buying his own, I said no thank you. No, sorry, wait, no, I said yes. Why did I even write that down? That makes no sense. Wild King is a series launched by Takara Tomy this year. There's a cartoon, it's aimed at a younger market, much like Transformers Cyberworld, which means you'll probably turn your nose up at it, but I like it. This video we're going to concentrate on the first two waves of Wild King, specifically Optimus and his little group of 4 energy beasts. We'll do all the baddies in another video, okay? Calm your jets, for fuck's sake. Optimus here is what's known as an energy master, and when you add the master suffix to a transformer, you should know I'm already 100% on board. On his own, Optimus is a weird big lad. He's clearly very simple, and within a few seconds of messing with him, you start to come up against some compromises, like there's no ankle tilt. There's no hip swivel. We do have rotation on the upper body, and the head's on a ball joint.
Hello, Gavin.
You'll probably hear folks say how easy it is for these limbs to come off, which is part of the gimmick here, but they're not falling off at the slightest touch, and once you're aware of those tolerances, you shouldn't have much trouble. I like that yellow on the cab front. It makes not one lick of sense, but it's a cool look, and overall the proportions are decent. It's a mile ahead of Cyberworld's Optimus toys, which is a very unfair comparison due to the difference in price, etc. I'm trying to be fair. Okay, hey. It comes with this strange looking axe, and I'm glad it's not a huge gun. Yeah, he's very straightforward, but that's no bad thing, especially for kids and dummies like me. The transformation is very classic Optimus Prime, along with that new must-have upper body swivel. And even with these easily popped off limbs, it's perfectly possible to transform him in one piece, which, when I say it out loud, is kind of the least you should expect. So it's a big truck, it's a good truck. Yeah, we've got that pretty ugly hinge and gap there, but overall, once it's clipped in, it's really sturdy. It's like a Tonka truck, kind of sturdy, which I very much enjoy. And you can slap the axe on the side there, see? And that part at the back of the axe can come off and be stored up on top. Oh yeah, and there's also these parts which can sit on the back of Optimus's legs. They come off and pop onto top of the truck. And yeah, I like this. I mean, it's fine. It's a means to an end, isn't it? It's a canvas for us to create upon, you know? You know. And with that, our first energy beast enters the fray, Lightlong, who turns into let me check my notes here, a giraffe. Each of the energy beasts are honestly fairly similar in how they operate in robot mode and in transformation, which makes it all the more impressive that they look so unique and have so much individual personality. They're all exceptionally fun little action figures, and my goodness, are those elbows! Welcome back! I have to give them their props on the face sculpts on these little guys too, because I love them. Lightlong's got some of that lightning energy, which we can see represented on this piece on their chest. We also get a little pickaxe, and if you're particularly observant, you might have noticed this giraffe neck and head on their shoulder. Pop off all the accessories, fold in the head, bring the arms around and together, and then bend the legs at the waist. Then we're just popping that energy on the front, the pickaxe becomes a tail, and then we get that giraffe head on top. And I'll be honest here, I do love it. It's very reminiscent of Longrack, who we've reviewed in the long ago times. Just a cool giraffe pal. Our story doesn't end there though, as we can turn Lightlong into his arm mode, like so. And this is where the process known as wild docking comes into play. So pop off Optimus's forearm, then you get them stored in the legs, which is a nice surprise. And we can also use that piece that comes off the axe to give Optimus a big sort of strange big head mode. Cool. Plugging Lightlong in here, and yeah, I do like it, it's daft. Again, they fall out of the sockets reasonably easily, but they're not going anywhere with careful play. As a limb, he can still hold the big axe, and even plug in the leftover pickaxe, like a pretty mean knuckle duster. The giraffe head also hides this big spike. What an afternoon this is. Finally, we pull down this part on Optimus's chest, revealing this lovely matrix motif, and plug lightning energy in there. What a fun, simple gimmick. It definitely feels more complex than the Cyberworld line, but just, if not more, charismatic and engaging. And that is only the beginning, folks. There are 3 other energy beasts here, and there's no way that you can convince me that there aren't. You know, they all have pretty much the same transformations and articulation in robot mode, so we're not going to go as in-depth on those. But let's have a look at them. Sound good? You okay? So next up is Hydrophant, whose bio says they're kind-hearted and sort of timid, and they have a hard time believing in themselves, and suddenly I would do anything for this little prick. You see how this works, Hasbro? First up, look at the head sculpt with this incredibly cute helmet. Very nice. We get his Aqua Energy symbol that we can pop off for now, and this paddle weapon, which I think is meant to be an axe, and of course this big adorable elephant head. I'm a big elephant fan in general, so this is fantastic. We can remove the tusks and hold them as weapons, or you can even remove the trunk, but I have no idea why you would want to do that. Transformation's very similar to Lightlong. The weapon becomes the tail, animal head sticks out the front, energy goes on the back this time, and we have a lovely little jumbo. Because the legs aren't extended, like with Lightlong, the back end is a little messier for sure. That's a lot of junk opposite the trunk, but there's still very good fun. You know, you move the tusks and the trunk around, you're not going to be there all day, but it's fun to mess with. Of course, we can turn Hydrophant here into a limb for Optimus, so let's go with leg this time. That makes sense. This time we're removing the leg from Optimus, plugging Hydrophant in, and then connecting the leg to the underside, now as a giant foot. Now, I don't know why the absurdity ramps up so quickly just by adding one more character, but I'm loving how daft this is. Another little pal shows up with Drillno Horn. Now, obviously the Rhinox vibes are off the charts with this one. The head sculpt cements that idea, and he's fun. Yeah, I mean, if I had to say which was the least interesting to me immediately, maybe Drillno Horn here would take that poisoned prize, but he's still worth my time and definitely yours. That odd pink fleshy colour is it's a choice, for sure. The ground energy motif stands out quite well against the more muted tones. We get this pickaxe weapon, and in case you missed it, a big rhino head. Very similar in tone to Hydrophant in transformation. It's more or less exactly the same. I feel the more squat nature of the rhino suits the bulky back end a little bit more, and you can also angle his horn up or down, which is completely unnecessary but also very welcome. Now let's get this chunky boy into his leg mode and attach to Prime. It's taking shape, and I'm loving that fact. Last up in the nice guy Energy Beast lineup is Ignite Leo. Definitely the one that looks and feels most like it comes from a Power Rangers line, but they do manage to elevate themselves by actually being interesting. This honking great tail sword weapon is just lovely. The lion mane has 4 separate articulated parts, which is something I'm very much into. The head again feels like a bit of a departure from the rest of the lads, but it's still very well realised. They pose well, and their flame energy motif shines like TRDQ does on the world stage. Transforming into lion mode is exactly like the others, besides the legs folding out a little bit more at the back. It's probably the most successful of the beast modes. It's very petty to feel disappointed that the mouth doesn't open, but when you factor in the main control that we have here, it's a small price to pay. Finishing up in their arm mode, we can plug them into Optimus, and there we have it, the Wild King themselves. Maybe? You do have to be careful with these lads, a little bit more than the original limbs. They do like to fall off due to their weight, but again, it's not something that's so bad that it spoils the whole gimmick. The large elemental X on Optimus's chest is cool, and it's always nice to complete a set like this. You know, isn't it? Well, I think so anyway. I'm wondering if perhaps someone has already written a comment to tell me that actually the limbs can be both arms or legs and that I missed that one part, but they can kiss a toilet seat on the fucking moon because look, yes, each energy beast can be an arm or a leg. I prefer the elephant rhino combo for legs, but that's only because I've thought about it for a second and am objectively correct. And while we're at it, yes, there's another good lad called Sky Report. I don't have them just yet. They can become a winged backpack for Prime. We can do it with Thunderbeak from the dinosaur tribe, and we can use this shield in Prime's chest to fit all 5 elemental energies in, which is cool, but in my headcanon, Prime would never, so off you get. These are honestly great toys, just enough in the transformations to require focus, but very quick and easy to achieve. The energy beasts are absolutely the star of the show. And at first I wasn't sure if I would recommend Optimus since they're so simple, and while definitely good, it's not so impressive as to recommend this as a must-have, but after interacting with the Energy Beast, it's clear that while each toy can stand on its own, they end up as something more absurd and greater than the sum of their parts. These are exactly what I've been needing to remind me how much fun you can have with little dollies that turn into things. Between this and Cyberworld, yep, we may be regressing slightly, but geez oh, does it ever beat the po-faced alternative. Bye!